to
No,
check
you're
it?
perfect. You're perfect. Hi, thanks for coming to talk with me today.
Hi.
Well, real quick, I need to explain to you a thing called confidentiality, okay? Everything we say in here stays in here, with a couple exceptions, and it basically comes down to harming yourself or others. If you're telling me you're threatening or potentially going to hurt an older adult, a child, or a disabled person, or that you wish to harm yourself through suicide or even suicide planning and things like that, I'll have to notify someone, and we'll get you some. We'll fix that. Well, we won't fix it. We'll get someone to help you with those things, with those issues. Okay. So do you understand how the confidentiality kind of works?
Yeah, I think I understand.
So, how's what brings you in?
Well, what brings me in is my drinking. My son passed away 8 years ago, and I find myself just drinking away the pain on a daily basis. And it's just gotten to the point where I feel so sick in the morning that, you know, I'm no longer just drinking in the evening. It's kind of become an all day long affair now.
So has this 8 years ago your son passed away? I'm sorry to hear that. And you started drinking at or around that time?
Well, I mean, I always drank, you know, a glass or two of wine, you know, with dinner, after dinner. But a glass became a bottle, you know, a bottle became a bottle and a half. And it wasn't just with dinner or after dinner. Then it was all evening. Then it was, you know, I needed a little bit in the morning. And now it just is all day long.
So it started out just you enjoyed maybe perhaps having a glass with dinner or something, and now you're drinking quite a bit. How is this affecting life right now?
Well, truthfully, it kind of alienates my daughter because she says whenever I talk to her on the phone, I'm slurring my words and she doesn't want to talk to me. But things with my husband are good because, you know, he drinks about as much as I do.
And your daughter, she does not live with you?
No, she's grown. She has children of her own. She lives in another country, actually.
And how do you, when you're drinking alone or with your husband?
Either one. My husband works nights, so sometimes I'm alone.
Okay.
But if he's home, you know, he'll drink his rye and I'll drink my wine, and we're happy. And
when you drink, what do you think is going to happen? What are you hoping to achieve through the drink? Beyond just that it tastes yummy.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's easier than dealing with the pain. You know, I guess people say drink away the pain, and that is really seems to work.
With the drinking like this, and that's been over 8 years, just so I understand, do you work now? Are you currently employed anywhere? Or?
Yeah, I work part-time.
Okay. And any problems with this with the job?
No, so far I have no issues with work.
What do you think is going to change or happen with your drinking like this? You're here for a reason. What would you like to see different?
Well, you know, I only have one child left, and I know that I'm damaging my relationship with her. But I also have a lot of siblings, and it seems like every year I'm losing one. And, you know, I'm thinking maybe I need to take a little bit better care of my health.
Okay, good. Have you, not talk about the drinking, but since the loss of your child, did you speak to someone about the grief problems, things like that?
No, no one.
Are you against it, to that idea, or?
I just don't see how it would help. It's not going to bring him back.
No. Okay.
I'll just, you know, when he died, he had 2 sons. One was 8 at the time, and we were very close with him. But he also had a 12-day-old son. And my husband and I, we've taken care of him pretty much every weekend since our son died. So he's with us every weekend.
Every weekend? Okay.
His mother drinks a lot, and then he's with us. He gets upset when, you know, he sees us grab a drink in the evening. It makes him upset. So, you know, that's another thing that's bothering me.
So you're drinking, you're worried it's possibly upsetting he's now 8, no, he'd be 9-year-old?
He's turning 8,
He's
yeah.
turning 8-year-old. And is that a concern you're having with this now? Or?
It is because, you know, his mother clearly has alcohol issues. She's had DUIs and stuff, and almost lost him. And when the other day he turned to me and said, "Please don't drink that."
So,
And it just hit me that, you know, I'm really hurting him too, and he's had enough to deal with in his life. I don't want to add to it.
how do you think, you mentioned that you weren't sure how grief counseling or someone with a psychiatric background could help you, but how do you think you would feel if you just stopped drinking? I mean, when can you remember, like, you're drinking nightly now or daily? Or,
Yeah, I drink every day.
Can you remember how long it's been, or can you tell me the last time you weren't drinking every day, even if it was just for a couple of days?
Honestly, I
Can't really
couldn't even
remember.
tell you. I mean, it wasn't as much as I'm drinking now, you know, but pretty much always a glass of wine in the evening at least.
Do you think you're open and willing to maybe need some of the more in-depth are you against the idea of perhaps more invasive treatment to stop drinking, going somewhere sober? Because you're saying your husband still drinks now. He works nights, so you're home alone at night.
Yeah.
Would you be opposed to going somewhere that you would feel safe, but is a sober place that you could stay at for a period of time?
I just don't think I could do that because there's no one else to take care of my grandson on the weekends.
Okay. Why? There's no one else in the family at all? No? Okay.
No.
So that's one option, but that's on your weekends. Now, what about a program or something, a sober, kind of Monday through Friday program during the week?
Monday through Friday, my husband is working nights, so he's not there drinking with me.
Okay.
So I think I'd be fine at home.
You would be fine at home?
I think so.
Okay. So you're telling me so that you would be possibly able to they call it a facility that you could talk to other people and work on some degree of sobriety?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I really want to stop drinking. I just don't even know where to start.
Have you ever experienced, when was the last, have you ever experienced anything really, really bad after the drinking?
Other than like feeling horrible in the morning.
Okay.
Sometimes I have the shakes
Okay.
in the morning
Okay.
until I have a drink.
And do you have any, I know you filled it out in paper beforehand, but can you just real quick tell me, do you have any medical conditions or anything?
No.
Okay. When you drink, tell me what you hope to get out of it. When you at night, do you start with at dinner or?
Pretty much start, if I've been working, it's the first thing I do when I come in the door is pour myself a glass of wine.
Okay.
And that just continues on until I go to bed.
And what prompts you to have that first glass?
I just feel like I can't even deal with life until I have a glass of wine. I've been at work. I haven't had a glass of wine while I was at work, so at least I'm not drinking at work yet. It's just, that's all I look forward to is getting home and pouring that glass.
Do you find yourself perhaps drinking, like say, I'm just going to have a glass, and you find yourself going on to a second, third, or fourth, or fifth?
That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it. I don't think I ever just intend to have one glass. It's just like I need to be sipping the wine until I go to bed.
And again, though, just so I clearly understand, then your husband works the third shift, the overnight shift?
Yeah, he leaves around 7, gets home at 7 in the morning.
Okay. Why don't you tell me some more about, your drinking, you told me, is kind of dealing with this horrible loss that I can't even comprehend. I have children myself, and I can't comprehend that loss. Tell me what do you think the drink is, the wine, you said you come from home, and what do you think's going to...
Part of it's just forgetting. You know, I don't really think about it. But then on the other hand, sometimes the drinking just makes me really weepy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, then I allow myself to feel, you know, what I'm trying not to feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It works both ways for me. It just depends on the day.
If you're an intelligent woman, have you anyone ever told you that, technically, chemically, alcohol is a depressant? You're already kind of feeling sad, and you're taking a depressant, so...
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that... would you be opposed to... Can you think of anything you could try different instead of drinking? Can you think of anything you would like to try instead of drinking?
It is so foreign to me that to not have a drink, I can't even imagine what that would be like. Like, I mean, what do you replace that with? I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're going to wrap this up today then, so we'll talk some more when we together.
Okay. Thank you.
How many